Welcome to Cancelled.
Chapter 27. Feels right in a way that terrifies me. Cruz. The morning after. La Jolla, California. I wake to the scent of her skin, warm, feminine, lingering with traces of sex and sleep, and the weight of her pressed against me like she belongs there. My arm curves tight around her waist, palms spread against the smooth heat of her stomach, as if anchoring her to me. Every inch of her back molds to my chest, and the curve of her ass grinds against me, already making me hard with nothing more than unconscious friction. The simplicity of it, just her body against mine, is devastating. Her hair smells like sex and whatever magic she put in it last night, and somehow, Cat Dog has managed to wedge himself between us like the clingy little sidekick he is. But this right here, feels right in a way that terrifies me. I've woken up with women before, plenty, but it was always filler, background noise, something I slipped away from before dawn. This is different. I feel complete. Like if I let go, she might vanish and take my heartbeat with her. The thought slams into me because I've spent years building walls, perfecting the art of detachment. Yet here I am, desperate to prove I'm worth staying for. Evie shifts, a sleepy sigh escaping her lips as she presses back into me. Her perfect ass rolls against me, and I nearly lose it. My arm locks around her waist automatically, pulling her closer like instinct. The groan that rises in my throat is pure hunger. Underneath it is something darker, scarier, the ache of not wanting to let her go. God, I could stay like this forever. Wake up every morning with her naked in my arms, feeling her soft skin against mine, remembering how she felt wrapped around me last night. But even as I think it, that familiar voice in my head starts whispering doubts. What if this is just good sex to her? What if I'm reading more into this than what's actually there? I try to shift slowly, gently, attempting the impossible task of slipping out of bed without waking anyone, or revealing just how badly I want to slide my hand down between her thighs and see if she's still wet from last night. I manage about 3 inches before Cat Dog lets out a dramatic sigh and stretches like he's performing for an audience. Evie blinks awake, lashes fluttering, and when she turns her head to look at me, the sheet slips down, revealing the curve of her breast. For a moment, I'm terrified she'll regret last night, that the magic will be broken by the harsh light of morning.
Hey.
She whispers, voice rough with sleep, eyes still hazy. But in them is no regret, only softness. The sight spears me in a place I didn't know could ache. Shh, I murmur, brushing a strand of hair off her cheek, fighting the urge to ask her what she's thinking, if she regrets any of it. Go back to sleep. I'm just taking the tyrant for a walk and feeding him. I'll be back soon. She gives me a sleepy smile that's pure temptation, her tongue darting out to wet her lips.
Don't be gone too long.
She whispers, pressing back against me one more time before tucking herself back into the pillow. The movement sends another jolt straight to my cock, but more than that, it sends something warm and terrifying through my chest. She wants me to come back. She's not looking for an escape route. Cat Dog, traitor that he is, rolls over and practically hugs her, and I swear the little bastard looks smug about it. Maybe he's a better judge of character than I am. I throw on sweats and a hoodie, trying to ignore the way the fabric brushes against my still sensitive skin, grab the leash, and lead my furry menace out the door. The hallway is quiet. My mind is anything but. Outside, the air is crisp. The ocean nearby still a soft hush beneath the just breaking dawn. Okay, little man, I say, as we step onto the sidewalk, needing to voice the thoughts that are eating at me. I get it. You're her biggest fan. You snuggled her like your life depended on it. But let's just be clear. I saw her first. She's mine. Cat Dog looks up at me with a smug expression, then lifts his leg on the same tree he always does. Yeah, mark your territory. I'm working on it. I pause, watching him sniff around. The thing is, buddy, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I've never wanted someone to stay before. Not like this. The admission hangs in the morning air, and I realize I'm talking to my dog about feelings. But the truth is, I'm terrified. Terrified that I'm not enough to keep her interested beyond great sex. Terrified that she'll see through all my success and confidence to the guy who's never figured out how to be what someone needs emotionally. We take the long way back, my steps a little lighter than usual despite my internal chaos. It's not just last night, though that's seared into my memory like wildfire. The way she tasted, the sounds she made when I was buried deep inside her, how tight she felt wrapped around my cock. It's waking up next to her. It's seeing how naturally she fits into my life, even the weird parts, like sharing a pillow with my emotionally high-maintenance Pomeranian. But maybe I'm the high-maintenance one. Maybe I'm the mess who doesn't know how to give her anything past orgasms and intensity. The thought cuts deeper than I want to admit. On the way back into the building, I detoured to the corner coffee shop, hoping that bringing her coffee and pastries will somehow prove I'm capable of taking care of her, of being what she deserves. It's early, but they're already open, and the scent of espresso hits me like a reward.
Well, well.
The barista says, smiling as she sees me.
Cruz coming in for 2 coffees? Be still my heart.
I grin, not bothering to hide it. There's something desperate in the gesture. Don't get jealous, Bella. It's just coffee. She laughs, already working my usual, eyes glinting like she knows more than she should. I grab 2 coffees and a small box of fresh pastries, and as I turn to leave, a jolt of nervous energy sparks through me at the thought of Evie still naked and warm in my bed. But now it's not just anticipation. It's the desperate need to prove I can be more than just good sex, that I can be worth staying for. I push the bedroom door open, balancing the coffee tray like it's a peace offering to the gods, hoping this small gesture will somehow bridge the gap between what I can give her and what she might need. The sun filters in low and gold through the ocean-facing windows, painting Evie in soft light as she sleeps on her side, tangled in my sheets. She's completely still except for the rise and fall of her chest. Peaceful, dreaming. She looks like something I couldn't have imagined if I tried, and the sight of her in my bed makes something possessive and protective roar to life in my chest. I set the coffee down quietly and strip to my boxers, my hands not quite steady. This feels like a test I don't know how to pass. Being gentle, being what she needs when she's vulnerable and trusting. Climbing back into bed, I slip behind her slowly, sliding one arm around her waist, my hand settling on the warm, bare skin of her stomach. She shifts just slightly, a soft sound slipping from her lips as I press a kiss just behind her ear. She murmurs, her voice sleep rough and sexy.
That tickles.
I smile and do it again, just to hear that sound, to know I can still make her happy. Then I kiss down the line of her neck, slow and deliberate, trying to pour everything I can't say into the touch. Couldn't resist, I admit, and it's more honest than she knows. She stretches, arching her back slightly against me, pressing that perfect ass against my hardening cock. The sheet slips lower, revealing more of her gorgeous skin, and I have to fight the urge to just take what I want instead of giving her what she deserves.
You keep waking me up like this.
She says, her voice husky.
I'll never leave.
The words hit me like a physical blow, because they're everything I want and everything I'm terrified to hope for. I kiss her shoulder, my hand sliding lower on her stomach, trying to show her with touch what I can't figure out how to say. That's the goal, I manage, but my voice is rougher than I intended. She turns her head just enough to glance back at me, eyes dark with sleep and desire, and I search her face for any sign of regret, any indication that the morning light has changed how she sees me.
Do I smell coffee and blueberry muffins?
You do. Relief floods through me at her pleased expression. She grins lazily, still half asleep.
You trying to bribe me?
I lean in, lips brushing her ear, my voice rough with want and something deeper. Maybe, but first I need my appetizer. Her breath catches.
Like a muffin?
I chuckle, low and quiet, my hand trailing down her belly. Oh, a muffin. All right, but let's just say it's the kind that doesn't come in a bakery box. She lets out a soft laugh that turns into a moan as I kiss down her collarbone, and the sound gives me courage. Maybe I can be what she needs. Maybe this is enough.
You're terrible.
She giggles. I'm hungry, I correct, moving lower, eager to prove I can feast on her the way she deserves, and I know exactly what I want to taste. I work my way down her body with deliberate slowness, savoring every soft sound she makes, every arch of her back. When I settle between her thighs, she's already wet for me, and I can't help the groan that escapes my throat. So warm and sweet, I murmur against her skin before I taste her properly, pouring all my desperate need to please her into every stroke of my tongue. She comes apart beneath my mouth with the sweetest sounds, her fingers tangled in my hair, her body trembling with pleasure I gave her. When she finally stops shaking, I kiss my way back up her body, dying to be inside her, to connect with her in every way possible. I reach for the nightstand drawer and fumble around, then mutter, "Shit."
What's wrong?
She asks, breathless and flushed. I'm out of condoms. The words feel like a confession of inadequacy, like I failed to prepare properly for her. She tilts her head, studying my face with those perceptive eyes that see too much.
I'm clean. And I have an IUD.
I freeze for a second, the thought of being inside her with nothing between us. It shouldn't affect me the way it does, but my cock throbs at the possibility. More than that, it feels like trust, like intimacy I've never experienced. I'm clean too, I say quietly, my voice rough with vulnerability I can't hide. But I've never gone without before. She reaches for my face, pulling me back to her, her eyes soft but heated with something that looks like tenderness.
Then I guess today's a first for both of us.
When I slide into her, skin to skin, nothing between us, we both gasp at the sensation. She feels incredible, so warm and wet and tight around me, and I know in that moment that I'm completely ruined for anyone else. Fuck, Evie, I say against her neck, overwhelmed by the intimacy of it. You feel like heaven. The rhythm we find is slow, intimate, perfect. Every stroke sends fire through my veins, but more than that, it feels like communication, like we're saying things with our bodies that neither of us knows how to voice. When she comes again, tightening around me with nothing between us, I follow her over the edge with a groan that comes from somewhere deep in my soul. Later, as we lie tangled together, sharing lazy kisses and soft touches, I realize this morning has changed everything between us. The intimacy of skin to skin, the trust she's shown me, the way she fits so perfectly in my arms, it's more than I knew I wanted, and exactly what I've been afraid I couldn't give. And for the first time in my life, I'm willing to risk everything to find out if I can be enough for someone this extraordinary.